त्वमज्ञानविरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So welcome all of you to this last session. Today we will be discussing about the practical application of Bhagavad Gita in our life. You say that, oh, we have been attending so many days, some understood, some not understood, whatever it may be, but what you want us to do? Ultimately, that is the question. What you want us to do? So today we are going to discuss 5 do's and 4 don'ts. Simple. So even you come to the previous sessions or not come, understood or not understood, but if you are today in the class and you are willing to practice these 5 do's and 4 don'ts, then you are done with Bhagavad Gita. So sometimes people say Bhagavad Gita is not practical. That is the first acquisition they put on the Bhagavad Gita. It is just some theory. What is practical in it? But it is not true. If at all there is anything practical in this world, it is the Bhagavad Gita. Why? For example, if you are a science student and you have learnt hydrogen and oxygen combine to become water, you know, and somebody who is not a science student, he doesn't know. But both are drinking water, isn't it? Whether you know the formula of water or don't know the formula of water, but you're drinking water, isn't it? What is the practical in it? But there is one thing which is very much practical, that is life. A science student has practicals of science, but a commerce student doesn't have to have the practicals, the knowledge, the practicals of science. But both the commerce student as well as the science student, both are living life. And life is practical, you have to live it. You may know biology, may not know biology, still you can live your life. You may know physics, may not know physics, still you can live your life. But if you don't know life, how can you live life? It is very unfortunate that to become a mathematician, you learn mathematics. To become a doctor, you learn medicine. To become an engineer, you learn engineering. To become a dancer, you learn dance. To become a person, no learning is required. To live life, no learning is required. Very unfortunate, isn't it? And the most important thing is that A dancer is first a person and a dancer. A physician is first a person and then a physician, and an engineer is first a person and then an engineer. But what about a life of a person? It is a common textbook for everyone because everybody is living. There should be learning about life too. There should be lessons on life. As much as you have lessons on physics, chemistry, mathematics, you have social studies, lessons on these subjects, what about the lessons about life? And we are all living life, so lessons about life is the most practical thing. And if you have not learned lessons about life, you cannot live life. So that is why, if at all there is anything practical which everybody is supposed to know, that is Bhagavad Gita. Because life is practical, you have to live it. It's not easy. Every step there is some situation which is very difficult to deal with. It's not easy. Everybody has different questions, different problems in their life. At least if somebody is studying mathematics and all the students get the same question paper. But here it is not like that. And it is more complex. And dealing with situations, dealing with people, it is too complex. And living life is too complex. And that requires a learning, that requires a teaching, that requires lessons. And that is the reason Bhagavad Gita is a textbook for life. Other textbooks, once you pass out of that particular course or the grade or standard, you reject those things. But this textbook is for life and it is practical because we are living life. So the first accusation that Bhagavad Gita is just some theory, it's not practical, that is being refuted. The second acquisition on the Bhagavad Gita is that this is meant for monks in the ashram, those who have shaved their head, or they have a long beard, or they should be weird. But if you see, the first person who learned the Bhagavad Gita is Krishna, is Arjuna. And Arjuna is not a monk. He had 4 wives. So he is a grihastha. So it is not that the Bhagavad Gita is meant only for the monks. No, it is for grihastha. Because the first student of Bhagavad Gita is a grihastha. He is a married person. He is a householder. And the third acquisition on the Bhagavad Gita is, it is not for me, it is after retirement. Now I have so many responsibilities, so when all responsibilities are over, then I will read the Bhagavad Gita. That is also refuted by the same example that Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, and Arjuna was a king. And he was the most responsible person in the state. Rather, Arjuna wanted to give up responsibility and run away. It was Bhagavad Gita who made Arjuna, who wanted to give up responsibility, to take up responsibility. So the third refutation and the third acquisition that Bhagavad Gita is meant for not now because I have a lot of responsibilities. Yes, because you have responsibilities, Bhagavad Gita is most needed for you now. If you don't have any responsibilities, then why live only? See, when you don't have any responsibility, then why live? Die, better bad die. So Bhagavad Gita is the need of the hour, it is urgent need of the hour. It is not that after I retire from my work, after I pass out and get my daughter married, sons married, then everything gets over, now all my response, then I'll open the Bhagavad Gita. By the time you are already You don't even have the capacity to take one rasgulla, which is Mahaprasad, because you don't have the strength. You have so many problems, health problems. What kind of spiritual life you will take up? You have become old. So, sometimes people say, spirituality is not for me. I am not a spiritual person. Baba, the very fact that you are saying that I am not a spiritual person is because of the presence of a spirit soul. And that is spiritual. If you say I am not a spiritual person, okay, take away all the spiritual things from you and you are dead. The very fact that you are able to speak is because there is a spirit soul within you and you have to fulfill the needs of the spirit soul. So all these misconceptions are just because of the education system which was being imposed onto this country by the British. So that people will become just matter. And they work hard for us, and we can exploit them. We want them to become brainless. They should not think. And we just want some workforce. That is why the education system was set up by the British, so that these three misconceptions are induced into the society. That is, Bhagavad Gita is not practical. Number two, it is after retirement. And number three, it is for only some sadhus, some useless people. Why are you reading Bhagavad Gita? Once I went to my village. During my college days, I came in touch with Bhagavad Gita and I was reading every day, 2 hours. So at that time I was I was in 18 or 19, my age was. And then I was sitting and reading the Bhagavad Gita. In village I went for a holiday for 1 week. And as usual, morning I finished my chanting and then was reading Bhagavad Gita. And somehow the talk was around in the entire of my relatives, because some festivals, many relatives have come, they were all kus talking. What happened to him? He's reading Bhagavad Gita. So, but nobody had that guts to come and tell me, hey, what are you doing and all. Ask me. They maintained some distance and reverence also. And my grandmother, quite friendly and very frank, and she could say anything to anyone, that kind of lady she was, very hefty, and she came, hey, what are you doing? Took the Bhagavad Gita from my hand, kept it, hey, what are you doing? I told her, I'm reading Bhagavad Gita. Is this the age to read Bhagavad Gita or what? I told my grandmother, you tell me when should I read? You should read after 60, not now. Then I told her, how old are you? She ran away. Because she was about 60 and she did not want to read Bhagavad Gita. Ran away. So, just imagine the illusion. She told after 60 one should read Bhagavad Gita, and she is above 60, but she is thinking that she's 16. Still thinking I'm 16. She was so confident. You should not read now, but you should read after 60. And she is already 68. She doesn't know that. She thinks I'm 16. So just see the illusion. Huh? So if at all there is anything practical, that is the Bhagavad Gita. This is the textbook of life. As much as if the student doesn't study the textbook of mathematics and science, the student will fail in the exam. In the same way, if you don't study the textbook of life, you will fail in the examination of life. Life is also an examination. So, we should know what is the practical application of Bhagavad Gita. Because Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he has used these two terms. Jnanam teham savijnanavidam vakshyami asheshataha Yadgyatva na buhyonyaggyatavyam avashishyate. Arjuna, jnanam teham savijnanamidam. Idam, this Bhagavad Gita is jnana, knowledge. As well, jnanam teham savijnanam. Along with this book contains vijnana. Vijnana means science, because science and arts doesn't have practicals, but science students, they have to attend extra hours, spend extra hours in the college because they have some practicals. Jnanam teham savijnanam. The practicals are also there. That is why science is called Vijnana, because they are practicals, and Bhagavad Gita is Vijnana because it is practical. There is something practical and something to realize. So in this way, we understand that Bhagavad Gita is practical, because Krishna himself says it is Vijnana. It is a science of soul, science of God, science of life. Science of life. There is one subject called life sciences. But life sciences is just to show that, okay, some plants, some animal. Biosciences, something which has got life. No, it is a science of life. Life science, science of life. Bhagavad Gita is a science of life. And we are all living. So we should know the technology, the whole philosophy, the theology of life, what it is all about. What is the goal? How one should conduct life? What is the purpose? How to face different situations in life, and how to deal with people who are living. You cannot deal with people who are living and in the same way you deal with some machines. It's very complicated. You can deal with the computer. You can give a command to the computer, but you can give a command to your wife. Very difficult. That's it. And you get a command and the computer works like this. You give a command to your wife and she'll say, give more commands. I'll show you. Very difficult. So it's not the same. So it's very complicated because you're dealing with consciousness. You can shut off the computer. Can you shut off your child? It's not possible. You cannot deal with life the same way you deal with the machines. It's much more complicated. So that is why Krishna, he spoke the Bhagavad Gita. But what happened was, after Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita and went to his abode, he saw nobody is reading it. And if at all somebody is reading, they are not understanding it. And if at all somebody understood, they misunderstood it. If at all somebody understood properly, they are not applying it in their life. So how many problems just see? Nobody read. If somebody read, they did not understand. If somebody read and understood, they misunderstood. And if somebody properly understood, then they did not. Then Krishna thought, what is the use of I speaking Bhagavad Gita? Then he thought, I will come back again to this world. So Krishna came to this world again in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How did he come? He took the mood of Srimati Radharani and came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because he thought, I only gave a lecture on Bhagavad Gita. That is why people are not inspired. I have to practically practice Bhagavad Gita and show them how to practice Bhagavad Gita in our life. So Krishna, this time he came not as God, he came as a devotee, the disguise of a devotee, to show how to perform devotion practically. Like if I give 1 hour pravachan on how to make halwa, and then go make halwa, you will make something else. You will make some rava juice or something like that. But if somebody takes you to the kitchen and then says, this is how you should do, you take this vessel, put this, show practically, then make it. It's very natural. In the same way, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he just gave a pravachan and left. So he came back again as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in his personal life he showed how to practice the devotion in the Bhagavad Gita. Because as I told yesterday, bhakti, love, is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. It is not karma, it is not jnana, it is not yoga, it is bhakti. That is why in the Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter at the end, last verse is, he says, Yoginam api sarvesham mat gaten antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mata. Among all the yogis, the topmost is one who actually shraddhavan bhajate. He, one who does bhajan, one who worships me, one who devotes, he is devoted to me. Shraddhavan bhajate umam same yuktatama mata is the topmost of yogis. So the essence of Bhagavad Gita is bhakti. And how to perform bhakti? Krishna himself, who gave pravachan that you should do bhakti, how to do? So the same Krishna came as Chaitanya and showed us how to do bhakti. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while speaking to Sanatana Goswami, he says there are 64 limbs of bhakti. There are 64 items of bhakti, but out of which 5 are the most important and most potential. So that means Bhagavad Gita talks about 5 of the most potential forms of bhakti. Potential form, 5 most important things. Because Krishna at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, he told, Manmana bhava mad bhakta, you put your mind in me, mad bhakta, you become my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me, Mam Namaskuru, you surrender to me. The same thing in an improvised way, in a very practical way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells to all of us through Sanatana Goswami that there are 5 things which you are supposed to do, 5 do's. 5 do's. What are the 5 do's? Very simple. The first one is sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha means associating with devotees. Jaisa sang vaisa rang. We heard it in Hindi. Jaisa sang vaisa rang. As is your association, so is your nature. Naturally. So association is very important. To progress in spiritual life, you have to have strong association. The moment you leave your child among naughty children, he also become naughty. If you leave your child among disciplined children, they will become disciplined. Like association matters. Till 12th standard, the child is very studious, he is so sincere and very obedient, all good qualities, very self-controlled, no bad habits. He just cracks one IIT or NIT, gets into the college, within 6 months he becomes a smoker. Why? Because he got people around him who are smoking, so he also took up smoking. The same boy who used to see smoking and say, "Echi, what is this?" I studied in hostel for 4 years, I know. One boy, very simple village in Bihar, he came and he saw in the hostel few boys were smoking and he was thinking, what are they doing? And he was so much disgusted. He was telling to me, I want to run away from this place because here humans are not there. He was telling me. But just after 6 months, I found him there sitting along with them and taking drugs. What happened? Not one, two, so many. Young boys, they get corrupted once they go to the hostel. Why? Because Jaisa Sang Vaisa. And these parents are thinking, oh, my son is in NIT computers and IIT. What is he doing there? All kinds of dirty habits. Why? Because association. So, but in the same hostel, when you associate with a devotee, they give up all those things and become a devotee. You take up spiritual life. So association matters a lot. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kai. Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hai. All the scriptures are just telling one thing, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, 3 times. Lavamatra, even a little bit of association with sadhu, then you attain perfection. Now you told that sadhu, who is a sadhu? You should know the qualities of sadhu. As I told, a person is recognized by qualities, not by the dress. Don't go by the dress. Oh, sadhu means he should be shaved head, he should have some red clothes, or he should have some long beard or something. No. There can be a person who is wearing pant and shirt, maybe somebody wearing sari. Still, that person can be a sadhu, provided they have the qualities. So, what are the qualities of a sadhu? Titikshaha, karunikaha, surudasarvadehina, jatashatraha, shanta, sadhavaha, sadhu bhushana. These are the sadhu bhushanas. They are the ornaments of a sadhu. What are the ornaments of a sadhu? Titikshaha means one who is very tolerant. Karunikaha, one who is very compassionate. Titikshaha, Karunikaha, Surudas Sarvadehinam, he is friendly to everyone. Ajatashatrava, he doesn't have any shatru. He doesn't consider anybody to be a shatru or an enemy. Ajatashatrava, Shantaha, is very peaceful, he has no material desires. Shantaha. Sadhavaha, he conducts his life exactly according to the scriptures. His behavior is perfect. And they are all sadhu bhushana, they are the ornaments of a sadhu, ornaments of a good person. Sadhu means a good person. Now, there are so many sadhus, but in the recent past, if the world has seen a sadhu, he is Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, who we lovingly call him as Srila Prabhupada, but his full name is, we know that his divine grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So he, at the age of 69, on the order of his spiritual master, he crossed the Atlantic in a ship, in a cargo ship. He crossed the ocean and went to America. In 1965, he landed in America at the age of 69. There, he was not knowing whether to turn left or right. He had nobody there. He just had $5, just equivalent to around 40 rupees or so. A trunk load of Bhagavatam and one umbrella, that's all. There he went and sat under one tree. That tree is still there in one park called Tom Kingston Square Park. And he took this kartals and then he was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Just chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So the purity of his chanting was so wonderful that it entered the ears of the young American boys and girls there who were hippies. They were just lying down there in the park. They came, when somebody is doing some kirtan, so they were just dancing. But these transcendental sound vibrations emanating from a pure devotee, it entered their ears. Through their ears it entered their heart and they gave up all sinful activities. These hippies, they dedicated their life to Srila Prabhupada. They became his disciples. Titikshvaha, how much he tolerated them. One person who Prabhupada thought that he is following all the principles, and next day Prabhupada wanted to give initiation, Diksha to him. All of a sudden, this person staying with Prabhupada, he took drugs that night, became crazy and took a knife and wanted to kill Prabhupada. Midnight, Prabhupada had to run away. Just imagine what kind of troubles he took just for the purpose of establishing his Krishna consciousness on the order of his spiritual master. This is called Titikshvaha, Karunikaha, so tolerant. Surudas Sarvadehinam, When he went and he saw these young American boys and girls who are into drugs, he did not see them as sinful people. He saw them as part and parcels of Krishna, was forgotten Krishna, saw them as innocent. And then he changed their heart. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada, by association of Prabhupada, those who were not even knowing what Krishna's name Bhagavad Gita, now they are speaking on Bhagavad Gita, they are lecturing on Bhagavad Gita, and they are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they are building temples, worshipping the Lord. Those who were eating cow meat, now they are not even eating onion garlic. Those who are taking injections as drugs. One of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, he told that I was a hippie and you should know who a hippie is to know the greatness of Prabhupada. He told the hippies at that time, they had these three formulas in their agenda. Who can be a hippie? Number one, he should give up his house, family, everything and just be on the street. And he should be intoxicated 24 hours, only drugs. Drugs are life, because stay high. Stay high. By taking drugs, you are always intoxicated. Number two, their principle is what? That there is no question of getting married and that and all. No. You can just live with anyone. Today with someone, tomorrow with someone. Such an animalistic life. Number three, nobody should live above 30 years of age. Anybody above 30 has no right to live. They are all useless people. So, the group of people who had a philosophy that anybody above 30 has given no right to live, such people were willing to give up their life for a 70-year-old man. That was a transformation. Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Perfection of life. So it happened with Narada also. Narada was once traveling in the forest and he saw some animals were injured and their blood was oozing out of their body. And he went nearby a few animals which were hiding in the bushes, they all ran away. All of a sudden, one hunter came and he started shouting at Narada, "What did you do? You see, you drove away all my animals." So then, just looking at Narada, he became a little bit sober. Then Narada asked, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I'm hunting." Then he told, "If at all you want to hunt, why don't you kill the animals completely, and you are making these animals half dead and then they are struggling for their life?" He says, "When I hunt and see the animals struggling for their life, I get some pleasure, some enjoyment." Then Narada, he told it's all sinful, he preached to them. Then you should give up this hunting. Then he told, "If I give up my hunting, then how am I going to be fed? My family, how can I feed my family?" Then he told that Narada told, "Don't worry. You just do Krishna bhajan. Krishna will supply you whatever you require." He had some reverence to Narada and he gave his hunting, and then in the middle of the forest, he had his small tent and then started doing Krishna bhajan along with his wife and children. The news spread that this Muragari was this hunter's name, now he has given up hunting and in the middle of the forest he is with his family doing Krishna bhajan, he is doing kirtan there. So many people went to meet him. So when people go to meet a sadhu, they don't go empty-handed. So people went with some foodstuffs, they went with grains and some spices and dal and all. So I thought, "Hey, what is this? So much is coming, more than what I require." So whatever came, he cooked and offered it to the Lord and started distributing as prasad. So many people thought, oh, if you go to Mrugari's place, you will not only get to hear nice bhajan, you will get bhojan also, let's go. Then they took more, kind of in the middle of the forest there was an ISKCON temple. Then one day Narada, along with his friend Parvat Muni, was coming. He wanted to see that one of my disciples is celebrating, go and see. So there, seeing Narada from a far distance, our Mrugari started running towards Narada. He came near and he was about to pay obeisances, but he was doing something awkward. Narada asked Mrugari, hey, what are you doing? Then Mrugari told, I wanted to pay obeisances to you, but there are some ants there. So I'm just trying to avoid those ants, avoid killing those ants. Just see. Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Just a moment's association with sadhu, same Mrugari who was taking pleasure by killing animals, half killing those animals, and he was taking such pleasure. Now you see, just completely transformed. And how did this transformation happen? Lavamatra sadhu sangha. Little bit of association with sadhu, transformation of the heart has happened. In our schools, we are giving so much of information, no transformation. Not transformation. So much of vices, so much of kalmashas, just frustration. If you see, where are the drugs sold? It is all sold in the colleges. You may think, hooray, only few people. No, it is not few people. I'll give an average. You'll be shocked. In every college, 30% students are drug addicts. 30% addicted. 50% take drugs along with the addicts. 80% of them, they are addicted to either smoking or alcohol, drugs. 20% are left, or sometimes here and there, that's all. 80% are addicted. This is a average statistics of addiction. Very bad. Situation is very bad. So, lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Just said, women's association, sarva siddhi hoy. That is why you have to associate with sadhus. Now you may say, oh, if I associate with a sadhu, then how should I associate with Srila Prabhupada? Yes. There are 3 levels of sadhus whom you have to associate with. The first level of sadhu whom you should associate with is definitely, we know, that is Srila Prabhupada. How do you associate with Srila Prabhupada? You associate with Srila Prabhupada by reading his books. Srila Prabhupada said that I am still living in my books. I am still living in my books. So you can associate with Srila Prabhupada by reading his books. When you read, you are talking to Srila Prabhupada. And you can associate with Srila Prabhupada by accepting his mission on your head. What is his mission? To connect people to Krishna. You can just connect one more person to Krishna. In that way you associate with Srila Prabhupada. Somehow give one book as a gift to your friend, Bhagavad Gita as a gift to your friend. Srila Prabhupada will be very happy you are trying to connect that person to Krishna. So everybody should take advantage of their position and then connect people to Krishna. Bring them to temple, make them have darshan. Somehow or the other, by hook or crook, you connect people to Krishna, because that is the only hope for people. There is only one hope. Krishna is the only hope for everyone. Otherwise, apart from Krishna, is only suffering everywhere. And unfortunately, people are thinking that suffering is happiness. What to do? So somehow you came in contact with Krishna. So use your position, influence to connect more people to Krishna. That is how you associate with Prabhupada. Number one, by reading his books every day. Read his books. And number two, take the mission on your head. The second level of sadhu sangha is at least once a week. One should come to temple and hear from a sadhu who has a good understanding of Srila Prabhupada books and can guide you in your spiritual life. So we have one program going on every Sunday in English. Of course, in Hindi also it is going on for many years. In English, in the Bhakti Vedanta Hall every Sunday from 11:30 till 1:30, Kirtan and Pravachan and again Prasadam. This program happens every Sunday, and Sunday is a holiday for all of you, so it is important that you take this Sunday. A Sunday is a holiday. Actually, the word holiday is a apabhramsha of the word holy day. In the West, the Christians, they go to church every Sunday. That is why that day became a holy day. And then that converted to what? Today is a holiday, what are we going to do? Go to cinema. I'll sleep whole day. It is actually a holy day. And gradually people start saying, why say holy day, make it a holy day. And later it became a hollow day. Hollow. Hallowed be thy name. So don't make it a hollow day. Of course, for us it is Ekadashi and so many holy days are there. Every day is a holy day for us, but at least one Sunday make it holy by associating with holy people. So you should come every Sunday. It is there in your feedback form. Are you going to come or not? So even if you're not coming, say I'm coming. So you remember, I said I'm coming, so I should come. So the Bhakti in the hall you have this every Sunday. This Sunday His Holiness Vanamali Swami Maharaja will give a class on Advaita Acharya. Yesterday I gave the Japmala to you. Along with that there is one mantra to be chanted before the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu, he himself incarnated. So Advaita Acharya's Pranam Mantra, Advaita Acharya appearance day is on Sunday, and there will be lecture on that. So every Sunday different speakers speak on different topics. So you should come every Sunday, associate with this. This is the second level of sadhu sangha. First one is associating with Srila Prabhupada, second is associating with a sadhu who is very advanced in Krishna consciousness, well read in scriptures, will guide you. And most importantly, the third level of sadhu sangha. And these sadhus are not wearing, they are not shaved their head. Neither they stay in a temple. They are like you, doing some job, or they may be housewife, they may be professionals, they may be students, but they are in family life. And they can guide you in Krishna consciousness. So a new batch of this third level of sadhu sangha is starting every Saturday in Nityananda Nagar. You must be knowing Krishnanandan Prabhu and Bhagavati Mataji. They are quite senior, very senior rather. They have been in this movement for 28 years. Since the day I joined, they are also there in the movement. So now they are well versed in scriptures, very dedicated. And they know what family life means, at the same time how to practice Krishna consciousness in family life. If you ask me how to practice Krishna consciousness in family life, my answers will be bookish because I never led a family life. I don't know what it means. So my advices may not be very practical. Maybe it may be theoretical. But those who are in family life and they're successful family life, successful in professional life, at the same time successful in spiritual life, they are the best counselors for you, advisors for you. So weekly we are having one diploma in Bhagavad Gita course. Diploma course on Bhagavad Gita. There it is more informal. You will be taught Bhagavad Gita, at the same time you can have a very nice interaction with Krishnanandan Prabhu and Bhagavati Mataji. They will guide you practically in spiritual life. You get connected to them and then take guidance from them, learn Bhagavad Gita from them. So we are proposing these two programs should be attended by you. That is, one is the Sunday program every Sunday, and also Saturday evenings. Instead of wasting your time in some mall and spending all the money, hard-earned money, why? Saturday evening, let's go to a mall, let's go to a restaurant. Why? Save money, isn't it? Why you want to? See, money is something which has to be saved so that you can retire early. Just because you have money doesn't mean you just have to spend. Live a simple life. Better spend time in learning Bhagavad Gita. So every Saturday, come. We have intentionally arranged the program in their house. They have a big house. About 50 people can sit there. Took two houses and made one big hall. A lot of children programs happen there. I always say it's an extension of the temple. The house is an extension of the temple. So you take guidance from this. This is how you do 3 levels of sadhu sangha: by reading Prabhupada books and taking his mission up. Number 2, by coming every Sunday associating with senior devotees. And the third one, which is most important, that is to take personal guidance and teachings from Krishnanandan Prabhu and Bhagavati Mata. Because they are successful in professional life and family life as well as in devotional life. Okay. Now the second thing what we are supposed to do. I told you there are 5 things which you are supposed to do. First thing is what? Association, sadhu sangha. Second thing is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So I hope those who have taken the Japamala yesterday have chanted 2 rounds minimum today and you have come. If you have chanted 2 rounds, if you have not chanted, you should do it today. 2 rounds every day, you have promised. So it takes only 15 minutes to do. And those who could not come yesterday and did not got the Japamala, today we can arrange it for you after the class. We taught you how to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the essence of all the mantras, especially in the age of Kali. Kali Sandra Upanishad says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Iti Shodaksharanam Kalikalmashanashanam Nata Paratropaya Sarvedeshu Drishyate. Kalikalmashanashanam, for it destroys the kalmasha for the age of Kali. Kalikalmashanashanam. Nata Paratropaya, there is no other upaya. There is no other way other than chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Nata Paratropaya Sarvedeshu Drishyate. All the Vedas are indicating this mantra, especially in the age of Kali. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This chanting is done in 2 ways. Number 1 is by getting together and doing kirtan. Sitting or dancing kirtan, like you heard, kirtan is going on after the class. So it's there. Once a week you come to temple, then you participate in the kirtan. Whenever you have time in the evening, you come for Gaura Arati. 7 o'clock we have Gaura Arati. There your dancing kirtan happens. Other is called japa. Japa is where you sit and then chant. Chant. How loud you should chant? You should chant loud enough so that you can hear. But maximum somebody who is sitting next to you can hear, that's all. How fast you should chant? As fast as you can, provided you are hearing every syllable and pronouncing every syllable properly. That's all. These are only two things. Hearing every syllable properly and chant and pronouncing every syllable properly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram. Go on chanting. So this is called japa. You start chanting with 2 rounds. When you are comfortable in chanting, increase it to 4, to 6. Like that you achieve to the level of chanting 16 rounds every day, and it is not a big thing that many are doing it. The owner of a Mafatlal company, he is also doing it. The owner of Ford company is also doing it. And I hope that you are also not as busy as them. You can also do. Many professionals are doing. Many houses are doing. Many students are doing. Many IIT students are doing. So chanting 16 rounds every day. Start with 2 rounds, and you are comfortable, you can increase according to your pace. There is no hurry about it. But keep it in mind, one day I will reach chanting 16 rounds. Because chanting is a remedy for all the Kali Kalmashas. That is the essence of spiritual life, is chanting Hare Krishna. You can chant any time of the day, best is in the morning. But while chanting, not to do any other activity, especially mobile. And driving, chanting Hare Krishna and driving. No, don't do that. So this is the second thing which you are supposed to do. First thing is to associate with devotees, sadhu sangha. The second one is chanting. Third one, which you are supposed to do, that is reading books, reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavatam every day. Books are the food for thought. If you eat good food, your stomach will be good. If you eat bad food, your stomach will be bad. If you read good books, your mind will be good. If you read bad books, your mind will be bad, because it is a food for thought. And the best book what we can read is Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam, every day. Just read 1, maximum 2 verses. If you want, you can read more also. But at least dedicate 1 verse and 1 purport a day. At least read 1. If you feel comfortable and feel nice, go read more. At least make a rule. There should be some rule, isn't it? What is that rule? That I will read 1 verse a day, 15 minutes, even 10 minutes. Make it a rule that I will read every day. Because when you read Prabhupada books, lot of doubts in our mind, they are all solved. You get answers. Not only lot of doubts in your mind, others' mind. There are a lot of doubts coming in the mind of others. That also you can solve by if you have read Prabhupada books. It's very amazing that if you read Srila Prabhupada books, within a year it so happens that you will be able to even speak on Bhagavad Gita and remove many people's doubts. Srila Prabhupada has written the books in such a way that a modern educated person can easily understand the age-old Vedic knowledge which are there in Sanskrit. Very easily understand. So reading every day. And you eat every day. If you don't eat one day, what happens? You feel weakness. The same with reading is actually makes your mind strong, intelligence strong. Chanting is the food for the soul, and reading is the food for the intellect, the spiritual intellect. That becomes strong. Now, the fourth thing one is supposed to do, that is Sri Vigraha Shraddhaya Sevan, worshipping the deity of the Lord. In your house, you keep one place dedicated for Krishna. You set up an altar, keep the photographs of Krishna. You get photographs in our temple. And you have one book called Beginner's Guide to Krishna Consciousness. So you can take that book called Beginner's Guide to Krishna Consciousness. In that it is mentioned how you can set up the altar. It also talks about how to offer bhoga to the Lord. It talks about all the aspects of beginners, what all is required to know as a beginner in Krishna consciousness. So this book guides you in how to worship, simple methodology worship. It need not be very elaborate. It can according to your convenience. A small kid, how can he worship? Just offer one flower and go to school now. What does it take? That's enough. That is worship. That is it. One flower by one kid to Krishna. That is what he can do, and that is what Krishna accepts. Simple worship. Because when you make Krishna as the center of your house, then no more fights, no more kleshas. But when you have made the TV as the center of your house, big TV, and you are fighting, the kid says, I want to watch cartoon. The elder sister says, no, I want to watch MTV, going on by. And the elder kid, the boy says, I want to watch cricket match. The father says, I want to watch news. And the wife says, no, Ghar Ghar Ki Kahani. All fighting, and the TV breaks. We chant and fight. Because you have made a ghost sit in the center of your house. Somebody called me, I don't know from where it was. That lady, she told me, स्वामी जी बता सकते हैं कि हम अभी राधा कृष्ण लाए वृंदावन से, कहाँ रखे घर में? Just see what a fool. They don't know. I asked, who gave my number? कहीं से मिला आपका नंबर? इंटरनेट से मिला. Then I also wanted to have some fun. So I told her, ठीक है, मैं जहाँ बोलूँगा उधर रखोगे आप? हाँ स्वामी जी, आप जैसे बोलेंगे वैसे करेंगे. Then I told, आपके परिवार भी सहमत हैं? अभी वृंदावन से हम सब परिवार वाले आए हैं. सब परिवार वाले राधा कृष्ण को बड़े भाव से लेके आए. स्वामी जी, आप जहाँ बताओगे उधर रखेंगे. Then I told, कौन कौन है आपके साथ में? मेरे पति देव है, मेरी बिटिया है. Like that she told all. सास ससुर सब है. मैं बताऊं? तो हाँ, जहाँ आपके घर में टीवी है उसको निकाल के उधर रखिए. Pin drop silence. Pin drop silence. And some kush going on. Phone got cut. Huh? Just see. Just so much of bhav has brought Vrindavan. And when you say, because that is the most prominent place. How can we give up? We want to give the most prominent place in our house to the ghost. Not to Krishna. The same person who has given the entire house to you, and you would want to keep him in some corner, you have to go somewhere, some dark corner, some small place. In the kitchen, you want to have biryani. And for my Laddu Gopal, there's Makhan Mishri, let him be happy. He's a fool or what? Huh? You trying to fool him? And I'm, oh, very well. हमारे घर में लड्डू गोपाल है. अरे गोपाल बड़ा हो गया, बिरयानी भी खाना चाहता है. So people think that God is a fool and you can fool him. No, don't try to do that. On the name of religiosity, don't try to fool God. He knows what's going on. Give him the best best, huh? So how? Don't have deities because you may not be able to worship them initially. But have photographs, simple photographs, and offer some flower. Offer incenses, etc. Shri Vigraha Shraddhaya Sevan. Make Krishna the center of your house. Now the fifth thing what you are supposed to do is you dhamvas. Dhamvas means to stay in a spiritual place. You make your house where you are staying, wherever you see it reminds you of Krishna. Like you have the ringtone, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ringtone. You open the desktop, then you have the desktop picture as Krishna, and so many other things which you can do. And also visiting Dham, like you go to Vrindavan once a year, Dwaraka, Jagannath Puri, Mayapur. We have yatras, we conduct a lot of yatras. You join the yatras and spend in the yatras so that you surcharge with spirituality. This Dham Vas. So these are the 5 things which you are supposed to do. Number 1, Sadhu Sangha. Number 2, chanting, Harinam. Number 3, reading. Number 4, deity worship, worshipping the deity, worshipping the Lord. 5th one is Dhamma, residing in a holy place. Now, apart from these 5 things which you are supposed to do, there are 4 things which you are not supposed to do. It is like one person who came to the doctor and said that I am diabetic. Doctor got tested and said, oh, your sugar is, fasting is 300, 450 is post-fasting. Too much sugar. Now you have to take this medicine morning and evening. So you come after 15 days. So he took the medicine sincerely and came after 15 days, he got sugar checked. It became too much. 400 fasting and 500. Then doctor said, what happened? You are taking medicine or not? Yes, I am taking medicine. Then the doctor came to know he was taking medicine sincerely morning and evening, but he used to take 1 kilo peda every day. I'm going to reduce that. So there are certain do's you are supposed to do and certain don'ts you are not supposed to do. So what are those things you are not supposed to do? These 5 things do's, 4 things you are not supposed to do. So let's see what are those 4 things you are not supposed to do. First one is no intoxication. Because intoxication destroys one pillar of dharma called tapasya, austerity, determination. You cannot be determined if you are intoxicated. When I was in college, there was a New Year's celebration. Of course, I don't know who called this 1st Jan as New Year. New Year Eve, December 31st. There is all. There is so much of sound everywhere, I could not sleep. I was just sitting outside the room like this. My friend came. He was crying and crying and crying. I told him what happened. He had a cigarette, burning cigarette in his hand. And he told, looking at the cigarette, he was crying. I told, what happened? मेरा जीवन का ये आखिरी सिगरेट है. I told, what happened? I took a New Year resolution. Tomorrow onwards, no cigarettes. And he was crying, आखिरी cigarette. He was drunk. He sat next to me and was crying. Then I told, you see, I know, last year also you've taken the same resolution. You are drunk. A drunkard cannot keep his vows. No. What are you saying? Don't insult me like that. No. What happened? After 2 days, he was smoking and he was coming in front of me. Then he took another one. At least he remembered. He had spoken to me in his drunken state. So no intoxication, no smoking, no alcohol, because nobody has become a big person, great person by doing all these things. By smoking, what great thing you have achieved? Nothing. By drinking, what great thing you achieved? You just get drunk. You say, it's light drinks only. I only beer. Why? What is the use? It is intoxication. Intoxication is very detrimental. And this tea and coffee, they are also intoxicants. Once I had a conversation, it was many years back, I had not joined, I was in college. I still remember that incident. My father's friend, he's a principal of a Sanskrit college, he had come and we were having conversation on Bhagavad Gita. He had his opinion, he had views. So he came in the morning around 6 o'clock to our house. 2.5 hours the conversation went on. And all of a sudden he caught over his head and said, I'm having a headache. And then I told my father, get me a cup of coffee. Then I told, why are you having a headache? He told, since morning I have not drunk coffee, that is why I am having headache. Then I told, even I did not drink coffee, I don't have a headache. Then I asked him a question, are you getting headache because of not drinking coffee? Is it because of drinking coffee? Tell me. It is because of? But what he says? I have a headache because of? This is called foolishness. Isn't it? Because you got intoxicated. You got addicted. This coffee and tea was not grown in this country. 500 years back, do you think people were drinking coffee and tea in our country? It is the British who distributed these two things free for two reasons. So that we start growing this coffee and tea and convert all the agricultural crops, lands which produce rice, wheat, etc. into cash crops, so that these people can take the cash crops from a throwaway price, take it to their country, process it and put a stamp and bring it back and sell it here at least 1,000 times more the price. So that all the people in this land, they get addicted and they cannot live without it. And over a period of time, the fertile lands of India will stop growing food, which is essential, will start only growing these things which are not essential, and the whole country will become dependent on Europe, which is producing corns. So that people in India, in North India, people used to take parathas for breakfast. Instead of that, they will take only cornflakes. And South India, people who used to take idlis, they will only take cornflakes. It's a big game plan. There's another subject, I don't want to talk it now about it, but still, I have to say it. If you go to Europe, if you say tea, they don't give the tea what you drink. For them, tea is anything which is hot, which has got herbs in it. Yes, I've been to Sweden. So I was in the temple and having my breakfast. At that time, one devotee came and told, can you have tea? I told, no. I asked him, you serve tea in the temple? Yes, every day we have tea. We have different varieties of tea. I told, what? Can you have it? Yes. I just took. The tea what is served is Jeshtamad. It is something called Jeshtamad, which makes your throat very, very clear and nice songs you can sing if you take this Jeshtamad. Valmiki gave Jeshtaman to you, Lavapusha, and told when your throat becomes some kharab, something kharab, you will take this Jeshtaman because you're going to sing Ramayana. That they served. There are about 18 varieties of tea, and not this tea what the Britishers taught you, that is an intoxicant. Contains tannin, caffeine. Many people in the West, the caffeinated, this caffeine, it is, they consider it to be alcohol. And you say, chai piyoge. So in ISKCON we discourage these two, consider these two as intoxicants and discourage. You can take herbal tea, we get herbal tea packets in a stall, you put it and your health will also become okay. Don't use that other chai, coffee. Get herbal tea in our stall. Take that and try it out. One lady who heard this class once, she took the herbal tea and then and served the husband. He drank. अरे ये चाय कुछ अलग है, अच्छा लग रहा है ये चाय. He drank for 1 month. And after that, that herbal tea packet got over, she cooked that normal tea, what is available there, intoxicant tea. And he, hey, chai, wo chai do mujhe. And then she had to come to the temple. Then she had to reveal that what is what I did. Then he told us, Okay, this is about intoxication. And next is no meat eating. By eating meat, you are killing animal. That means you will be losing mercy, daya. No daya. No mercy will be there in your heart. So you should not eat meat. We are not just vegetarians, we are Krishnatarians. So what Krishna likes is sattvic things. You cook sattvic things and you offer to Krishna and accept it. How to offer to Krishna is there. How to offer Bhoga to Krishna is there in a book called Beginner's Guide to Krishna Consciousness. If it is available, you can put it in the stall. If it is available in the book, go down. Prabhuji, if it is available in the book, go down. You can put it in here. They can buy that book, Beginner's Guide. Ask if it is available. You have the keys for that, go down, isn't it? Beginner's Guide to Krishna Consciousness, Krishna Bhavana Prabodhini. Okay. What I was speaking? Yeah. The third thing which you are not supposed to do, first thing? Second thing, no? No meat eating? No meat eating. Of course, you may say, what about onion and garlic? All of you took prasadam at the end of the class, isn't it? You could eat, na? You could eat, isn't it? No onion is there, no garlic is there. How can I eat without onion and garlic? You have eaten, na? Isn't it? So ISKCON Prasad is famous around the world and there is no onion garlic. Sometimes people say, taste kaise aayega? Taste kaise aayega? Bina aa raha hai na? It is coming, na? Day before yesterday I met one person. He paid obeisances to me. Yeah, pehchana. He attended this Gita course, the same Gita course in Juhu, which I took 20 years back. Maybe 22 years back, 2003 years. He told, I attended this Gita course in 2020 years back, he told. He told, oh, very nice. How are you here? Just, मैं अपने परिवार को गोविंदा लेके आया था. I told, जुहू से? हाँ, बहुत अच्छा है आपका. मेरे मित्र ने कहा बहुत अच्छा है, मैं आपको उधर से आया. He came all the way from Juhu to this Govindas. He's a rich man, staying in Juhu, but still. And in Govindas we don't use neither onion nor garlic. But still people are coming and eating, paying so much of money. 500 rupees, 400 rupees, something they pay. So, taste is dependent on your hands, not on this onion, garlic. So, it's good for health. It's like, it is good for, crocin is good for health. When you are having fever, Not that a crocin is good for health, do you take it every day or what? No, when you have fever. I mean, an Ayurvedic doctor puts in some medicine, it's okay. But it is it's tamasic. It stinks. Better avoid. It will save a lot of money also. They become expensive, I heard. Recently, some onion prices have increased and something was good. Now, what is good increase? Don't buy it. Save a lot of money. If at all you are missing some kind of that pungent taste, you put more hing. You know hing? You just put it, then you will get that kind of, I'm eating onion or something like that. Okay, the third thing which you are not supposed to do is no illicit sex. Illicit sex means to associate with outside marriage. Or before getting married, this boyfriend, girlfriend is all nonsense. Boyfriend, girlfriend is all nonsense. One girl told me, Swamiji, you know, I have a boyfriend. I told you don't have a boyfriend. I told you have a kutta. You have a dog. Boyfriend means dog. Girlfriend means prostitute. Boyfriend means dog. Girlfriend means prostitute. If you say, I have a boyfriend, that means you have a dog. What does a dog do? Today with you, tomorrow with somebody. And then say, we had a breakdown. What do you call it? I don't know. Relationship got break. He dumped me. Generally you dump kachra, isn't it? So you're a kachra, so you dumped. So you're a prostitute. Don't have any boyfriends, neither your girlfriends. There cannot be any friendship between a boy and a girl. Okay, can be only lust. It's only lust. So don't get into this checker. You'll be happy. Get married. Get married soon. By the age you are 20, you graduate, get married. Be happy. You want to do some extra work and an extra character, get married. Maximum 24, get married and be happy. So this whole culture of promiscuity is destroying people's lives, emotional values of, not values, emotional life is so disturbed. So, very dangerous exposure to internet and all illicit activities. So it should be kept away. And now the fourth thing to be avoided is no gambling. High risk business, too involving into the stock market and the stock market, the stocks, their value increases and and then what happens? Your heartbeat decreases. The stocks fall down and heartbeat increases. Just imagine. Somebody buys something, somebody sells something, some value goes down, your heartbeat is going up and down. And because of that, you are shouting at your wife and children. What is this? This is called gambling. People, give up this gambling. Cards, playing cards, satta. So these four things to be avoided. So by accepting Krishna consciousness, you will have complete satisfaction in life. And because our life is at four levels. Physical, because you lead a regulated lifestyle. Your physical life will be completely satisfied. And next, because you are associating with devotees who are non-envious, they want your welfare. You are in the community of devotees. You attend satsang program, you are so happy. Because there everybody is addressed as Prabhu. And the ladies are addressed as Mataji. And they address themselves as I am servant. So very nice, sweet relationships. That's why you are happy. When you go to some parties or some wedding, And after the whole party and wedding, they're all nice smiles, smiles. And after that, when they sit in the car, that lady goes on telling the husband, he goes on, so much of poison comes out. Jalan, enviousness. But you come with a nice smile. Crazy. So, but in devotees association, everybody is serving. The mood is, the emotional harmony is there. So emotionally completely satisfied, mental level. The third, the intellectual level, there is no philosophy like that of Bhagavad Gita. Once I had given a Bhagavad Gita course. It so happened it was a crash course kind of thing. It was Friday evening, Saturday evening, Sunday morning 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock. That was the schedule. So, one family had come, husband and wife, they are newly married, they had come. And then, actually husband attended. The last Sunday, he brought his wife also. And then, after the class, 2 o'clock, then both of them came and I asked, how did you like the program? Then she told, I sat in a class for 4 hours, 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock. Even in my college, I never sat like this. And I was not knowing how 4 hours went. Because it is satisfying the intelligence. The philosophy, there is no philosophy like Bhagavad Gita which satisfies the intelligence. So it's intellectual satisfaction, the level of intelligence. And ultimately the soul, spiritually, will be satisfied because there is chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So there is no loss by accepting Krishna consciousness. There is complete satisfaction. Thank you very much for attending all these days. We end our course here. And any questions? Couple of questions we can take. I know it's late today. And I request you to attend those Sunday programs and also the diploma course on Bhagavad Gita and continue your chanting of 2 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra every day, minimum. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I would like to know the difference between Sadguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman.
Very good question.
And secondly, I also would like to know what is Vishwarupa Darshanam and other forms of Darshanam.
Good question. You are a very learned person. Please sit down. For the constraint of time, I am going to explain this in very brief. Sa Guna and Nirguna. There are 2 levels of understanding of these 2 terms. When we say Vaishnava, according to the Vaishnava philosophy, when you say Sa Guna Brahman, it refers to the material nature which is having the 3 gunas of Sattva, Rajas, Tama. It is known as Sa Guna Brahman, which has been described by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita in this verse where he says Brahmanoi Pratishtam. He says that Ham Bija Mama Yonir Mahat Brahma. Mama Yonir Mahat Brahma Taspin Garbham Dadamyaham. Mahat Brahma, that is which is known as Pradhana, which is Saguna, is got Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Nirguna Brahman is Krishna himself, who is Brahman, and there are no modes in him. He is Satchitananda. Okay? This is the actual understanding of these 2 terms. Saguna Brahman, which is known as Pradhana, which material nature. Nirguna Brahman is Krishna, who is Satchitananda Rupa. But a wrong understanding also we should know. The wrong understanding, they say, there is one Brahman which is Nirguna, means there are no qualities in that. The understanding of the word Guna, there is qualities. There is no quality in that. That is the ultimate reality. But when it is affected by Maya, called with Sattva, Rajas, Tama, it takes a form with and qualities like Krishna, Rama, and this Krishna, Rama, and Narasimha, they are Saguna Brahman. That means Krishna, according to them, is influenced, is a product of 3 gunas. So they say this Brahman, Krishna's form, is made up of modes of nature. So it is not accepted because Krishna is Satchitananda. So your next question was regarding Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa, again, it has three kinds. Number one is the spiritual Vishwarupa of Lord, that is three again. What are they? Karanodaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu. They are known as the three Vishnus. They are the spiritual Vishwarupas. And the material Vishwarupa is a thing which Krishna showed to Arjuna. And a partial form of that was shown by Krishna to Dhritarashtra. This is the material Vishwarupa. And a third one is an imaginary Vishwarupa, which is a concept by the atheistic people. It is not reality, which has been propagated as Vishwarupa. Okay. This much is now enough. Okay. Okay, I think we should stop. We started late, of course, so it became late. We stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you for such a wonderful class. So, couple of announcements. So, I have shared the WhatsApp community for Maharaj lectures. So, we all released this last 6 days the transcendental knowledge of Krishna Bhakti from Maharaj. And if you want to continue receiving the notifications